Hey everyone, I'm Scooter, and welcome to Scooter's Brass. Hey everyone, Scooter with Scooter's Brass coming to you live from Apache Junction, Arizona. Yee, right? I wanted to do a couple of reviews on some equipment that I've been using. I shot a Freedom Ordnance FX9 at the competition on Thursday at the PCC Tactical Shotgun Match. And one of the things that I did, my friends over at AJI Sporting Goods brought in this Promag. It's a Glock style magazine. It's a 50 round drum. And it goes right into the magazine on my Freedom Ordnance FX9 without a problem. So this is the first time I actually used it. I can say that it's a little difficult to load sometimes because right about when you get to about 10 rounds in, 8 or 10 rounds in, it kind of sticks a little bit. But once you get past that, it loads fairly quickly. It did come with a Glock speed loader, things that you can put your ammo in using that as opposed to your fingers. So I tried this out on stage 4, which if you look at the video from this past Thursday, I only had 2 stages that I remembered to turn the GoPro on, and one of them was stage 4. This thing ran without a hitch. It had no problems whatsoever. It fed perfectly the entire time I was on that stage, and at the end, when I ejected it, it dropped right out without a problem. So I can recommend the Promag Glock 50 round magazine. Drum magazine for PCC. It'll even fit in a Glock handgun. That might be a little bulky, but still, Scooter's Brass says this is a #1. Now, the other thing I got was for the Rock Island Armory VR80 shotgun, and I used that in 3-gun for the first time last week. And one of the mistakes I made is I did not actually shoot the gun before the match to make sure everything ran right. So I got up there with these wonderful 19 round 12 gauge magazines and could not get the first magazine to even operate. I couldn't get it to load in the shells into the shotgun. I ended up dropping this one and I pulled out my second one, which I was able to get to load, but I kept having misfeeds. And I'm kind of thinking that might have been one of those things where I probably should have oiled it a little bit better. But it was also the magazine too. So I went through, I had so much trouble with these that finally I got the 5 round magazine that came with the gun, and these ran without a problem. Okay, it's not a bad gun, it works just fine. I was pretty impressed with how the 5 round mags ran. They ran really well, really well. Now, the 19 round mags, there was the problem. So after the match was over, I went and I talked to one of the other guys that shoots the VR80, Dale, and asked him what his suggestion was, and I told him what was happening. So he said to bring the magazines over with a box of shells, which I did, and there's a couple of things that you need to do before you start running these big bad boys right here. First off, the back of the magazine on all of them has this little triangle sticking out. This little triangle is made to hold the bolt open on your last round from your magazine. Just like an AR-15, right? The problem is that it's very sharp right here, and it scrapes the whole way down, and when you try to come back up, because it's like an arrowhead sitting up like this, coming up, it just scrapes and prevents the follower from coming up properly. It didn't seem to have much of an impact on this because it's not curved like this is, okay? So these ran okay with the stop. I'm probably going to end up taking that out of these anyway, just because I don't want them in the way. So that was the first thing he suggested. So I went through when I got back and took these apart. I took that follower switch out right there, that hold open bolt thing. And the follower went from this side of the gun to this side of the gun with no hesitation. Before, I couldn't even get the thing out because of that triangle in there, the follower. So, recommendation 1 is take the bolt hold open pin out of the back of the follower. Then your follower moves just fine. Number 2, and this is important also, this is a 2-piece magazine, okay? So, it's got this bracket across the center of it with 3 screws. So the other recommendation that Dale gave me was you take this, you loosen these screws so that it's loose, load it to capacity, put 19 rounds into it, let it settle so that it aligns these 2 pieces up based on your being full ammo and stuff like that. Then tighten these back down, then run all your ammo out. And I did that, and now these things cycle the ammo without a problem whatsoever. So the magazine works really well if you make those modifications to it. Take out the hold open bolt spring thing here and adjust it, open this up, let it adjust when it's full, and then close it back down. You'll be good to go. So that's the couple of the things that I've learned over the past 2 weeks doing matches. I hope these videos are helpful to you. I'm just an average guy just competing for the fun of it. I'm not one of these guys that's trying to relive my manhood or anything like that, or I'm not the type of person that wants to shoot competitively for a living, because I know I'm never going to be that good. Although I'm getting better, I'm never going to be that. I'm not going to be Jerry Miculek good. So hope you guys have a good weekend. If you're in the East Valley or if you're in the West Valley, if you want to go someplace and get some really good deals on some really good firearms and accessories, go to AJ Sporting Goods. They are on Apache Trail, just west of Signal Butte, in East Mesa / West Apache Junction. So go give them a shout out, say, we saw Scooter's Brass, and they'll treat you good regardless. So it's family owned, family operated, good things. So thanks for listening in. Be safe, guys.